Alright, what's good, you guys? This is Andrea at 3 Sacks, and you're tuned in to a new episode of Overly Conversated on the delicious vinyl station powered by Dash Radio. Today in the building, we have the homie, but he's not just the homie. He opened up for Jay Electronica. He has a song with JPEGMAFIA. Does this ski mask make me look fat? Let's give it up for Heno.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
All right, introduce yourself.
Hey,
what's
Victoria, Victron,
Not yet.
We'll get to Heno.
Oh yeah, Jared, do you want to do
for
it?
shouting me out this time, Jared Bishop.
You don't deserve it.
I have a lot of allergies right now.
And he lost our footage.
Shots fired. Yeah.
Hey, you know there's no safe spaces in
It's
here.
also the last show I'm recording for them as well.
Wow.
This is your boy
Moving
Santino,
right along.
aka MC9, aka Buttermilk Jesus, and we here with the boy. He's staring at me like I'm crazy. Go ahead, tell him who you are, bro. Tell him who you are.
What's good, people? This is Heno. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the DMV one time, just because I have to. I'm wearing my New Balances in pride. But shout out to y'all for having me, though, for real.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm a producer artist from the DMV, but live in the Bay Area right now. You feel me? Out here just making strides and loving life.
You flew out here for this, so we appreciate you. This is exciting. I think
respect.
you're our first, somebody who actually flew the fuck out.
I got
You flued out?
Nah, I'm not gonna hype. I was on a bus. I was on a bus for sure.
Oh, whatever, you know.
yeah.
He said I ain't moving like that.
Nah. We moving, but we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We keeping it, we on a budget, so you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it clean.
Falling on a budget.
You know what I'm saying?
Reek, let him know who you are, bro. I don't think you
quick.
introduced yourself.
Hurry.
Kasim, nah, Reek, you let him know who you are.
Nah, we let Kasim get some.
Oh
Let Blue get some. Blue, come over to this mic, bro.
Heno's like, y'all wasting my airtime.
It's Kasim the Dream,
This is
Texas
hot
rapper and
for this
producer, I'm here. It's not my interview, I'm just here.
Yeah, my name is Brandon, anime fanatic. Yeah, that's all.
He is.
Shit, we let Jared get love. We gotta let all the homies get love. Hey, yo, it's Rick. It's R33KZ.
Yo, it's DJ Drolix.
Shit, let's get to
All right,
this
let's get
interview.
to
What the fuck?
Holy
Okay.
shit.
That was the
All
longest
right.
intro thing I've ever seen.
Let's, okay, anyways. So, Jay Electronica, you recently opened for him. How did that experience come about? What was that like?
Oh, I mean, shout out to New Parish. That was just a venue I've been tapping in with. Opportunity came up. I feel like a lot of people don't know that I make my own beats and sample and so when I do sets, it's rapping, singing, production, playing keys, and then also cutting samples. So they had just seen that I was doing that on social media, and then I told them, I do sets. So that kind of just came about the way it did, and to the point where Jay was he specifically asked for me yo, who was the Ethiopian nigga that was doing that?
Wow.
So
Yeah, I was there for
we
it.
literally just chopped it up to 3 in the morning. All security left. We was just chilling. And he just had a lot of knowledge. We talking about our moms, and shout out my mom. She's 7 months in remission from cancer. So
Hey.
I gotta shout out
Crazy.
moms real quick.
Whoa.
But nah, we was just vibing off a tip like that, and things have kind of been going from there. I'm about to open. I haven't actually told anybody this. I'm opening for Father in 2 weeks.
What? Are we invited or not?
It's in the Bay. If y'all can come up, I got you on the list.
You're doing big things. I'm so excited for you,
Trying,
Heno. Well
trying.
deserved.
You feel me? And then
Been doing
we just did this Bandcamp show too, Friday. So what's today?
It was
No,
a
it's Friday. It was
right?
last
It was last Friday.
Yeah.
Last Friday,
Last
yeah,
Friday.
yeah. We're putting out this recap on Monday, but so yeah, that was tight too. Just been trying to make strides and getting ready to put out this new music. So yeah.
Yeah, so you said you make beats. You had a beat tape. I can't pronounce the name.
Tekla.
Tekla.
Yes.
Yeah, Tekla. I'm Ethiopian, as I said. So in Ethiopian culture, you get your name from your parents, and then the Orthodox Church will give you a name as well. So my name is Yeheno Balai, which means this is it from above in Ethiopian Amharic. But Tekla Haimanu is a saint in Ethiopia who was very well known, and I was named after him because of his conviction and how he lived his life. And yeah, I drew a lot of I tapped back into my roots for that. So I wanted to make something that kind of spoke on something that, but also was just a production thing. So Tekla is gonna be a series at some point. So I may put out some other ones in the future. But like, yeah, that was what inspired that project specifically and what that name is.
Nice. And you do your shit live on stage too, which is really cool.
I try. I dabble.
No, I think that's like Ye did
like,
that,
nah.
you know, like, but not a lot of people do that.
Oh, yeah.
So respect.
I got a question. So, what inspired you to start doing your taking up your MPC up on stage with you and actually cutting up the samples? Because I've seen you perform a couple times, you know, at small little shows, and you do your thing every time. But what made you start to wanna, okay, I'm gonna start making an experience?
I feel like I've always wanted to. It's just I just never was at a point where I was comfortable doing it. Like I didn't put out my first beat till I was like 7-8 years into production. So like, let alone like sampling is something I've been doing, but it's like it's not something I wanted to showcase yet because I was not at a point where I was like, I want to stunt when I do it. You feel me? And really like show like this is not just, you know, this is really what I'm doing like when I'm in my house. But like, I just got tired of doing or like going to shows and seeing like people just rapping over their own MP3s. I feel like that's like kind of whack, and I feel like it, you know, I want you to remember something. Like there aren't a lot of shows I see people doing like both like production, like sampling and like rapping and doing all of that. So like that's just something where I've been showcasing that like people are really responding to it and like they're like, I didn't even know you could do that shit. And it's like, nah, like nah, we've been doing this. It's just now I'm showing it. So now I just want to continue to try and up my game with that. So
That's tight. All right, we got to take it back to when we threw that event. You helped me be part of the event with JPEG.
Oh,
Like,
you're talking about the For the Cultures?
For the Culture.
Oh,
We missed
man.
that series. But, like, it's crazy in hindsight, the fact that, like, JPEG, who's, like, blowing the fuck up and dropped his album today, is like...
Oh yeah, he's
Like-
disappointing the masses right now.
But you know him. How did you meet him?
Oh man, it's weird. I mean, that's my so like he's from Baltimore, and like that was just somebody that like we just picked it at a mutual's house. Would like turn up after shows. We didn't get really close until after. It was like right when he was in the transition to moving to LA, and like he randomly hit me with just like, yo, like, can I like crash like at your crib for a couple hours for this flight I have early as shit, and then came through. This was like 2017, some shit like that. And then yeah, we just got to really chopping it up. But then, you know, he ended up moving like 8 minutes away from me like a month later. So he was just somebody we just literally linked up like every day, like just making music, smoking a lot, playing Smash. Play a lot of Smash. Yeah, but that's like my brother, yeah. So he's good people, and we both have spoken on just like, we clicked on the idea that like there are no rules to this shit. Like musically, like there are formulas that people abide by, and it's like when you really understand what those structures and shit look like, then you can kind of create outside of that and make some weird ass shit. And like that was just stuff that we kind of just both recognized in conversation, and like, yeah, so I'm very happy for what he's doing. Disappointed, but you know, happy.
Always
nonetheless.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Number one disappointed fan.
Mm-hmm.
What was
No.
it like doing the Ski Mask song?
I didn't even think that was just something that, again, like we do a bunch of shit, but like I'm not gonna gas or whatever. But like, you know, that was just one that came about while we were playing Smash, and it was just like, yo, like I didn't think he thought that I was gonna just do that verse, and I just did, and it just came together very organically. We was both very lit when that song came about too, and I had forgotten about it, you know, like, you know, because we just doing a bunch of other things, and then, you know, just let me know. This is why he was making Veteran, so like, or before Veteran, like this fall going into it or whatever. But then yeah, just let me know the song was gonna come out, and now it's doing what it does. And yeah, we've gotten to perform it a couple times too, and that's always been cool. It's funny actually. I recently, someone like tagged me in some footage that I seen. It was like last May. Bless you, Jared. Because that's important, you know. We gotta bless the homies. prayer hands. It was like footage that someone tagged me in, and it was like from the show we did in SF with Injury Reserve, and it was a sold out like over capacity thing, and just seeing like how crazy everyone went because they didn't think that he would perform that song was hella trippy. But I don't know, that I make a lot of other shit too, so like that's just something that was pleasant to be a part of in that.
Your visuals are always amazing too.
Yeah, who shoots your videos, bro?
Nick Francis,
I want to meet these people.
Look
They seem like cool dudes.
Yeah, they're really a pain to work with.
I was gonna say they seem like losers.
Nah, man.
Them A-Roy motherfuckers, yeah.
Nah, Jared and Santino definitely do the damn thing.
Yeah, who's Santino?
Very
he
grateful.
sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah. Shout out Nick too, Nick Francis, very talented artist as well that I do work with. Yeah, it's just like-minded people that see what I'm trying to do and help me try and expand that. So, but I'm also just very excited for this new shit. Like I wish I brought my laptop. I didn't know it'd been like this. I would have definitely. I mean, I have shit that I can show you after this, like for sure. Like, this new project that I've been developing, if you will. But we going.
This is not a beat tape. This is
No, this is like a.
Oh wait, I don't know about anything. Yeah.
Tino got a little sneak peek.
You know it's gonna be
beforehand.
God,
You know it's gonna
the
be hard because he
debut
did the
comes
Birdman hand rub right now.
I know he's been
goes
waiting
crazy.
for his time. Santino's always fucking rapping.
Yeah. Oh nah, man. He MC Naughton over here.
Is he not in?
Yeah.
He got a preview of the.
I heard it. I've been hearing this stuff. You feel me? Like it.
What?
Yo, my
Sweet
man.
with the Fishes is really coming to fruition.
No,
right
we
now.
ain't talk, it's about Heno right now. It's about Heno.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop. Okay.
It's about Heno.
Hey, you modest, bro. You modest.
Ever since he put on the Goku earring,
Oh man, the saying. Yeah, he got the saying though. Man. Nigga said the. Face ass. Oh, kill.
Wow.
I'm sorry. We just derailed.
No,
Okay.
you're good. You're
All right,
good.
for sure.
Play it.
Oh man, dead ass. I really be hit in the new one especially. I hit randoms on everything. Random characters, random maps.
So you just
Nigga,
that
that's
good?
how we coming. You
So
feel
you just
me?
that good?
No. It's not a flex. It's not like, oh, I'm so good. I
could be
That's not.
anybody
No, I'm
and
being
beat you up.
perfectly clear. I'm doing it because it keeps me interested. Cause it's like niggas will get in the mode of I'm gonna play with Samus 37 times. It's like, nigga, I don't want to see this in the same map. It's like, yeah, give me a random, give me Peach. Give me like a, you know what I'm saying, like a Duck Hunter. I'll fuck it up with Duck Hunter. Give me like a, you know what I'm saying, like a Ike, like just anybody that like, I don't care. Like, I feel like that inherently will make you better if you're good with anybody or you try to be good. Jared, stop. What are you doing?
now I'm just curious, who the nicest out of all of y'all?
I don't.
You would be the nicest.
No,
I mean, like-
not at all. No, you're definitely not.
I mean on Smash,
I would say I toot my horn. I'm not gonna flex like I'm the best, but I definitely will.
Come correct.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't no scrub. You feel me? But yeah.
I got a question.
Sure.
Getting approval.
So look.
He's just so inside.
So I heard, through the
Actually-
grapevine.
Actually, let's hold off on that. For
All
now.
right.
Oh, okay,
Let's hold off
okay,
on that.
all right.
Shut down.
I've actually been approaching this project. I'll speak on that. With like-minded people that see what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to make music that isn't about me per se, but me using my experiences and my story as perspective as to why I think the way that I do. Talking a lot about life and death, and in it, really just like wanting to leave you with questions like, is it selfish to want somebody that's passed to still be around even though they're resting in peace, but you just want accessibility to them? Like, is fearing death irrational because it's the only thing that's promised to us? Like,
These are deep. contemplative.
Yeah. I'm treating this like a thesis paper. Like I'm really pulling up like doing research on different perspectives of death specifically, because I feel like death is hella taboo and people are afraid to have an honest conversation about it without it being like this emo clout shit. And it's like, nah, depression is not an aesthetic. It's a
real thing.
It's a real thing. But also it's you know, like I feel like death is a reminder to live now. You feel me? I feel like you ever had you know somebody that passed and it was like not maybe somebody you was close to, just maybe somebody that you like feel like, oh, I knew homie. And it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go pay my respects. And you go to a funeral or a service or whatever, and you see a bunch of people you haven't seen in a while, and like you start tapping back in with folks that you haven't seen in X amount, and it's all because this person that you may not even been that close with passed. Like this is just one example, but I feel like there's beauty and there's something poetic to be said and beautiful about that, where like it can bring people together in a way, especially if you're like honoring somebody. But it, you know, I'll save that for like when I get into it, like with this, especially with this new shit. But these are some of the things that I've been thinking about. Like, would you want to be, if I could tell you when you would pass, like, was that something you would want to know? Like, let me ask you that.
That's like that 24 hours to live.
Yeah,
That's some
like
scary shit.
I feel like life is a mystery as well, so it's like you got to keep some mystery in it. Like that, these are like some of the questions that I like, amongst other things that I've been asking myself, but also like I want to leave people with when they hear it, what's to come. So yeah.
Super conceptual.
I try to be. I try to keep it interesting.
Yeah. But it sounds like more conceptual than like Something Slight. Something Slight was tight though.
Oh, yeah. I mean that's because that was just Something Slight. I didn't want to. Yeah. I didn't want to do too much conceptually with that because it was just like that is how I felt in that moment. But like even with like the projects and the stuff that I make, it's like for Something Slight, that was 7 songs EP that came out in February. Probably. It was
in case you missed
in case you missed it on all platforms. Nah, it's like it's like I made like 50 to 60 songs for that 7 thing. So like for projects that are like projects, I'll make like 100, 150 records to then go, let me pick 20 that makes sense, or like, and then cut it down to like whatever it ends up being, like 10, 12, 15. Like I have to make, and it's not like I'm reaching for like it's just a number that's arbitrary. That's just like I need to make a shitload of stuff while I'm still in this mode. Because when I stop feeling like I'm in this mode, then I'm like, that is what I pick the project from and I move on to something else. But I also have a problem of like making so much shit that I'll sit on like multiple projects that I just don't come out. Like I got projects with bands that I haven't put out, or like I got projects with like just whole things that are just sitting. But it's just how I feel in the moment versus, you know, like, and then how I go about releasing. So it's weird. My process is weird.
Nah, like how many songs you make in a day then? Like, if you have...
on average, if I'm really just sitting, I'll run through like 15 to 20 ideas a day.
What?
If
I always
I'm really
see you making
sitting,
beats on Twitter and shit. I'm like, oh, Heno's at it again.
Oh yeah.
You mixing Remember the Time or whatever. Like that's
oh, those
just
mixes.
tight.
Oh yeah,
those.
I've been doing like that's just some.
Are we ever gonna get those?
Oh, probably. I don't know I think I should just say fuck it and put them out like as whatever. I just don't want to get. I get bored and I just make like I get acapellas or like I chop them up and I just make house mixes. I've been working with like a dance collective up in the Bay. They like because they seen those videos, so I just like will sit and make a bunch of like like flip like a Remember the Time or like flip like Sex Talk, Megan Thee Stallion, and turn it into like a house mix. It's like that type of shit is just fun to do.
Yeah.
And it's also again like people like that's what's weird when like people like ask about production or ask about beats. It's like there's so much more you can do with things. It's just about what you feel like doing. It's like giving someone a bunch of paint and it's like paint something, but it's like I could paint stick figures. You can make so many different like things from the same skill set. It kind of branches out into different things. So yeah, like now I'm scoring shit and I'm like or like helping on short films doing sound editing and stuff, and it's like I was just nigga making beats in my house. Now I'm getting contracted to do certain things. It's like that's weird, but I think it's all a part of like putting in the 10,000 hours, I guess, or like kind of open yourself up to new.
Can you speak on any of the stuff that you're scoring or?
Just like short films or like doing sound editing on music videos for different clients and stuff. Nothing I can really like get too specific about, but yeah, it's just that alone to me is kind of tight.
That is. That's sick.
But yeah.
So you used to go as Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
How did the name Wi-Fi even come about to begin with?
So my first name is Heno, which if you're from Tacoma Park, Maryland, a lot of niggas can't say Heno, especially when they look at it. So niggas used to call me the letter Y. Not the whole. They did not call me the letter Y. That'd be so extra.
That'd be crazy.
Nah, they just called me. They'd be like, "Yo, Y," like Y would be like my nickname. So like it was going around like with that. But I was always like with rap and music and stuff. I was doing poetry as well. And then I hit a point when I was 16, and my dad asked me to fix the router, and I was like lit one day, and I was like, oh, like why, like Wi-Fi, and it kind of clicked off some dumb shit. But like honestly, I'm grateful for that whole like tenure, I guess, because like I feel like I always wanted to make music as Heno, but I felt like at the time I started making music, I didn't know, like I was trying to figure out what my identity was in that as a creative, and I was like, maybe I want to make something that's separate from who I am. But like the problem was a lot of my music is very transparent and direct, especially about like my experiences and shit. So like it was like you're getting some real authentic shit from not an as authentic source. So it came full circle with like now as Heno, like I reclaimed not only like my culture and like just everything that in itself means to me, but also just like I found, I wasn't producing, like Heno was doing a lot of shit Wi-Fi couldn't. Like Heno, like Wi-Fi couldn't make his own beats or engineer himself, or like couldn't just, like I had to go through all of that to find and be who I am now today and progress into that or grow into that role per se. So like I still like have like stuff as Wi-Fi that never came out, but like, and I have a wireless tattoo like on my arm right here. Just
what does that say?
My forearm says a fool has to say something, a wise man has something to say. But I have like the eye on wise, like a wireless symbol.
Oh.
So like that was just something that but yeah, like I had to, it's like you have to, I don't know, it's like a Charmander can't be a Charizard. Like it has to go to a Charmeleon to be a Charizard. There's
you
steps.
Can't skip steps.
You can't skip steps. So like, yeah, that's essentially, I guess, how I
fucked up Pokemon.
I ain't fuck up. No, I was actually playing Pokemon before I came here.
Were you?
Pokemon Yellow.
Thank you.
I got it on my.
Thank you. Okay,
I had it on. I didn't even know I was gonna get to dap niggas up on Pokemon today, but that's what we doing. So like, respect. That's how we rocking. I have all 3 starters. I had to.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
rare candy codes and all that.
Nah, I ain't had the rare candies. I didn't. I should. Now that you said that, that saved me a lot
bro,
of time.
that makes them weak.
Yeah,
it makes them weak, bro.
That's why I was
They're not
like,
as strong if you
know
use the
what
rare
I'm saying?
candy.
Like you gotta.
I don't know, bro. I used to destroy niggas with. I was
Yo,
destroying.
level 99 Caterpie, just tackling the shit
just
out
to
of
have one.
Yo, man. That's funny as hell.
All right, so you started as a nursing assistant, right?
Oh my
Studying
God.
what? You were going to be a neuropsychologist?
Okay, yeah.
How did you make the like what? I can't picture that. Like you were in the medical field and then you came over here.
So as a first generation African, like being in America, like your parents want you to like either be a doctor, a lawyer, or like an engineer, just like something of those 3. Definitely Ethiopians. Like it's like, and if you aren't any of those 3, you're like, you basically are like a homeless dropout. Like they treat you like shit if you don't. Like it's so condemned in the culture. Like it. So like music, and my dad like was a guitarist and a drummer in like high school and shit. But you know, he went on to be like a biology teacher and like for like universities and stuff. So like he was always trying to ingrain like science and math, and I was very good at like both of those and like just school in general. But like working, it eventually got me to like working in hospitals as a nursing assistant or at retirement homes, like taking care of like 3-4 patients a day. But when you see that many bed sores and see a lot of just gruesome shit, like dealing with like, yeah, you see I had to do everything. Think about everything.
No thanks.
So like
No.
doctors pass off the shit they don't want to do to a nurse, and then the nurses are like, I don't want to do this shit, give it to niggas like me. I had to do that shit. I was
That's
like,
all you?
yeah, I was like, word. And it's like at a certain point I was like, bro, because I was always doing music and I had to keep music in the cut like for my peoples. Like I didn't want them to really see it, but at a certain point it was hard to hide. Like it's like, oh, I'm going to New York for a show, mom. Or like, oh, I gotta, you know, be in the stew. I can't go to this, whatever. It got to a point where I'm like, yo, I'm taking care of Susan in room 308 and I'm rapping lyrics in my head. I'm like, I'm not in the right place. I should not. Yo, I'm watching her life. And I'm taking care of her life damn near, and I'm thinking about the illest bars. I'm like, there's a disconnect. I cannot like, but also, you know, I feel like life is about like trying to marry the idea of what you want to do and or like what you're passionate about and what you have to do to support yourself and like make those two things the same thing. So like having one foot in one thing and one foot somewhere else, it's like you're not gonna be happy. So like I eventually knew I had to like do music. To like, and honestly that's what saved me, because I was like around a lot of wild shit. So like that eventually got me in positions where like it'd be like get in this car and ride with the older homies or go to the studio, and then it'd be like, damn, I'm gonna go to the studio, and then be like, damn, someone got shot or like someone got arrested. It'd be like, yo, what? And it's like, this is like, and that just became a constant where it's like I chose music over just hitting licks, or I chose music over trapping. Or like it's just a lot of different shit, and it's just like I need to like, I don't know. It definitely like got me out of a lot of things that I was around, and yeah, you just gotta follow that sometimes.
Definitely.
Now I'm talking to y'all, so
Yay.
something is happening. So yeah.
I'm sad. We're like almost out of time. We have like 4 minutes.
All right, but we gonna make it work with this 3.5 clock winding. You feel
Yeah. Okay.
me?
Hey, yo, fuck them. Why you like Wale and Lupe? I just want to know, like.
Oh, man, this is what we doing? Look. Lupe, the cool, and the food and liquor. Look, he brought that up because I apologize. I'm going to apologize to you on air.
On air.
Because I came for you, Reek, only because.
On my page.
On Andrea's page, only because I
Not even on your page. That's right. I forgot about that.
Nah, cause we was on the same page. You're like, yo, we fuck with Lupe, and then this nigga comes out of nowhere like, yo, then slander, and slander. Yeah, insert slander here. I was like, nah, bro, we ain't not on this side. And then I seen that I was wrong in what I was specifically, but you seen that I was ready to protect. You know what I'm saying? The essence of what that was. Wale. I'm just saying because I fuck with Wale for what he's done for my area in terms of like just putting on like at a time where there weren't too many DMV artists coming up. Now there are a lot like with like, you know, Gold
So you
Link,
from
like,
the DMV, but you live in the Bay.
Yes, sir.
God.
I am a 301 baby.
That is fire.
Always.
Okay.
So like, yeah, so like I support Wale for like what he's done just as like bringing attention to like what's going on. Because the DMV is very talented. There's a lot of things going on, but it's so like now it's starting to come together and we're starting to get that recognition as a whole, which is tight. But like, yeah, like he was coming out like 09, 2010 and then going, you know, all the way through. But yeah, there weren't too many people doing it, or at least claiming DMV.
Because now y'all got, I mean, there's you, then you got him, you got IDK, you got
Gold Link, you got Shama Cicero, you got like
YB and Corday.
Yeah. Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty
Now it's
coming out.
a gang of them.
Yeah. It's a bunch.
It's like a giant movement.
Yeah.
And it's cool because I've seen him kind of like big brother all of them, like in a sense. I feel like it's cool that he's, you know.
Shy Glizzy too.
There's
a lot of niggas.
The Glizz.
I'm gonna shout out Sir EU just because that's one of the best rappers I've ever seen in my entire life.
Damn.
Yeah.
And
but-
shout out to 20 Never too. Oh, they were. Sick.
Oh, yeah, Kasim.
love
That's my
them.
dog. Yeah. Hassani, all
Yeah.
them. Yeah. 20 never.
I'm all thinking of Tabai Bonet.
Yeah. The fact you even know that nigga, yo, respect. Cause that is a real like, yeah, he is a DMV like, yeah, gem. For real.
Put me in the pocket was my shit.
Put me in the
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man.
But
I was gonna ask. Yeah, there's like 1 minute left.
What's
so
the
I
last
guess,
question y'all want to ask me?
I want to ask you about the date with the cult. The girl like took you to a cult meeting.
Oh my God!
I just it was random.
Oh my
It's just a
God!
random like.
That's hilarious. That's even okay. It was a Tinder date gone wrong. I had said this on Twitter because it was like all I know is I walk into a room, it's like Russian music playing. It's like 4 people on the ground painting synchronized painting, and then they gave me a name tag. As soon as I put this shit on, I was like, wait, hold up, what? And it was this loft thing, and I was like, and it was one of those things where when I walked in, someone locked the door, but I heard the lock behind me,
shit.
and I'm like, yo, I'm the only black person here. Who's gonna look out for me? I was like, ew. So I literally dead ass on everything I love. I had to literally like backpedal, tiptoe out that. Like I've never, like you joking with these people, but I literally was like I don't want to start on nobody.
stepping.
No, I didn't even say that. I
No,
just
we
in my
like-
head internalized.
No, yeah, in
it.
your
Homer
head, you was like,
Simpson.
I had the
yeah.
Uber called. I was like, yo,
into the bush.
Javier, 2 minutes away. We finna slide. You feel me? Yeah.
I'm
All
glad
I know
you
is,
survived and you didn't get caught up in whatever that was.
oh nah, yeah, I took a selfie of that moment just because I was like, no one will believe me if I say this shit. That's why on Twitter I put out all that. I was just like, yo, like niggas thought it was like May last year or some shit. I don't know. But
Damn.
that's that story. I didn't think that I'd ever end an interview being asked about
I
a
just
Tinder
thought,
date got wrong. Respect.
Niggas was in Get Out 2.0.
Nah, nigga, that was Get Out like 3.7. Like that was like I already. You know what I'm saying? Because you seen how quick the movie, and that would have been a 5-minute movie. Because real niggas would have been
very
like,
short film.
nope, yeah, Finn.
Nope. Credits roll. That's it.
No, just Finn in cursive. That's how we rocking.
Well, thank you for enlightening us on that. I'm glad you're okay, and we appreciate you coming through, Heno.
I
So
appreciate
fun.
y'all.
Let us
for
know
the
about what you're
vibes.
going on, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, drop your handle.
follow me on Twitter, Instagram at my name is Heno, or just look up HENO period on like Spotify and on Instagram, on Apple Music and all those other platforms. Like I said, opening for Father the 27th. I don't know if this is gonna be out before the 27th, but I'm doing that. But then yeah, put out new music in October. That's when I'm starting this new wave of music that I want to put out. And yeah, project will probably be out first quarter of, I don't know, we'll see. I'm playing it all by ear. But yeah, thank y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all. Shout out Dash. Shout out
Thank you
Over
for
the
coming,
Conversated.
Thanks for sliding through, Brody.
And yeah, I fuck with the fact that y'all all wearing these sweaters and these fits in this
We're
in this
dedicated.
room. Y'all dedicated for real.
About to pass
Overly.
out, high key.
Overly dedicated.
Yeah.
Overly dedicated.
Branding.
There you go. Love
The
it.
brand is strong.
Oh my God. On the way out. Thanks for listening,
Thank
you,
guys.
listening, y'all.
We appreciate you. Till next time. Bye.
Peace. We back.